Welcome to the Success Journey Show. Let's travel together through the lives of individuals on the road to success.
Hey, what's going on, travelers? It is Ricky Ventures and Marlon Madden, and we are back again for another episode of the Success Journey Show.
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on, everyone? What is going on? Marlon, what's good, bro? How you doing today?
Oh, man, it's just another day, another dollar, you know what I'm saying? Living the dream, man. Living the dream. What's good on your end?
I feel you, man. Everything is good, dude. Everything is good, man. We are had a chance to reset last week. Go on a nice, just get a trip, take a trip away with the kids and the wife, and just relax, man. That's definitely was something that was needed. Take a break and by the time you guys are seeing this, it's probably been a couple of weeks that we were out, earlier this summer. But I tell you, man, it's just being able to be free from the everyday activities. I would say this though, when you're vacationing with kids, it's not really
relaxing
time. It's be ready for fun activities, fun-filled days. Tired.
Yeah, and even if because some spouses are action-filled themselves. So if they like some spouse want to touch down, you're going to Spain, they touch down in Spain and they just want to go
everywhere
until they leave. So it depends on who you're going on vacation with, or if you tell the person like, listen, our vacation is supposed to be on a vacation. But what I noticed is that a lot of people don't schedule the off days on vacation. Just relaxing on vacation is a blessing. I think right before you come back, if you take one day when after the hustle and bustle, right before you come back, just wind down just a little bit, because you don't want to come back and you're like extremely tired.
Exhausted. More exhausted.
Defeats the purpose.
So, and we were talking about it earlier. I think it's more or less, not doing it enough. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So you get out there, you're like, oh, this is good. You're running, doing this, you're doing that, and it's you try and take it all in, because you don't know next time you're going to get that vacation time.
Correct.
Everyone is punching in the clock, and I got my 2 weeks here or a week here, or whatever it may be. And if this was more of a norm, then you probably would get more of a relaxing time.
Yeah.
Regardless, right? So working towards making it a norm, man. That is the goal, right?
Yeah,
that is the goal. Yeah.
What happened is that I was talking to somebody today, and it's funny, when somebody says to you, man, if you knock off work early, or you have a set schedule for work, they think like you're a slacker. Like everybody thinks you have to be working 24/7 every second of the day. When I think it's if you're efficient, you shouldn't be. Not that you shouldn't be working, because I agree that you should work hard, but sometimes some people are at work or working and they're just like a hamster on a wheel. They're not really doing anything. So
dude.
A lot of times, if you're working, make sure that when you're working, it's productive. Not just sitting at a desk just because there's time there, or you feel like if I'm sitting at the desk or I'm doing something, then I must be productive. No, actually be productive is the key, so that you can bear fruits of your labor. So later on, you could knock off and chill out and take all those vacations that you need to take in order to, reset and get your mind right.
Exactly, man. And it goes to, I think one of our podcast guests or travelers had said, not traveler, a podcast guest has said this in the past, of just being present where you are. And maybe I think I've actually said that. That's something I've been saying for the last few years. Actually.
Yeah. Present where you are.
Just be present. Be present where you. Yeah. Be present where you are, man. If you're at home, be home. If you're at work, be at work.
Be at work. Yeah.
Try as much as possible. Stop the cross feeding of the different activities, because then that's where you just become overwhelmed, man. And I know everyone is moving out of the pandemic season, and thank God that we are. We don't know what's going to happen this fall and winter, or whatever it may be, but we can definitely say it's not like last year right now, right? Definitely say that. And as we're moving back, and I encourage everyone, as you're moving back to work and you're moving back to activities and all these different things, that you remember what this time was for you, whether it was a time for you to press pause, and reevaluate the things that you were involved in and saying, hey, you know what? I don't need to spend much time going back into that. And that can be volunteer, it can be work, it can be whatever it is. A lot of people change careers during this time. Why? Because they realize after all these years, like, this is not what I needed to be. So some people, I didn't want to go there, but some people change families, during this time.
Hey, you should go there because for family, I hear a lot of people blame the pandemic for the breakup of those families. Mm-hmm. And what I would say is your family wasn't that strong in the beginning. That's probably why not saying that the pandemic couldn't be a attributing factor. However, when you go to work, and I think I said this before in a podcast, when you go to work, you work for 8 hours, 9 hours, you come home, you eat, tuck the kids in, all the different things. By the time it's time for you to get with your loved one, with your wife or whatever, you
completely drained.
You're drained, or everybody's just going to bed.
Yeah. Yep.
So you don't know. So now you have to be in the house with somebody every day, all day, and you're figuring out, like, I don't know this person, or this person is not who I want to be with, or our goals don't align. We don't even talk about the same thing. Wow, we actually spoke, and I don't like the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not the pandemic that caused it. It's just the pandemic highlighted the holes within the relationship.
Correct.
So if you made it through the pandemic, you should be trying to strengthen your relationship to try to make sure that you can definitely weather any storm that comes whatever time.
But it's crazy.
While we're going to praise out for Haiti, man, I'm telling you, man, that island, they're getting a beating, man. From earthquake to hurricane to heavy rains. All my Haitian people out there, Sapase, just we're sending up prayers for you guys, because we really want. This might be after, but prayers all through the year is what's gonna help you guys come through whatever you guys got to come through.
Yeah, dude. You think about stuff like that, people that are, the pandemic is already bad enough, but then you add on a natural disaster on top of that. It's like, man, gonna catch a break. So definitely prayers are up to all the families, all of our Haitian families that are out there, close friends of ours, and it's truly unfortunate. But like Marlon said, our prayers are up for you, and will always will be. So man. Nah. So so man, we're here. We've been sharing a lot of these episodes with you guys, man. We've been excited just to come and just talk, to share stories from individuals from around the world. We've been getting some great feedback from people, and one thing that we always want to do is just make sure we remind you that, hey, if you missed the episode, go check us out on any podcast platform that's out there: iTunes, Google, Spotify, man, you name it. You name it. Goldcast, whatever. I'm not Goldcast. Podcast or whatever's out there. We're on there. Check out our podcast. Support us. Share. Leave a review. Leave a comment. Leave a review on how that episode has impacted you. And Marlon and I, man, will definitely, if you reach out to us, we'll definitely reach right back out to you. Have any guests? We've had some guests that have been recommended to us. I want to thank you for that, and welcome any other guests that want to come on to the show and to share your story. So, yeah, Marlon, let's transition to the best segment of the day, when we bring on another guest just to share their story. And you want to do the honors, man?
Yeah, definitely. Like Ricky said, best time of our shows when we get on what we'll probably call them a guide, because we're going on a journey. So one of our guides to I don't want the Adventist Church to be like, we had guides first.
They don't use that no more.
I know, right? But the guide, this guy right here, Elliott McKenzie, I just want to bring him on because fellow Marine, and he's doing something positive with his talents, and we want to dive into his story to figure out how he's using his talents to help others and to help himself at the same time. Elliott McKenzie, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful.
Man. Blessed, man. Blessed. Glad to have you on, man. Extremely glad to have you on tonight, man.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Why don't you go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself, so the audience or our travelers, that's what we call our guys, we call them travelers because everybody's on a journey. So we just want you to go ahead and give them a little intro or just tell them about yourself.
So my name is Elliott McKenzie. I'm a Marine Corps combat veteran of the Iraq War. I got out of the Marine Corps and I dealt with PTSD, homelessness, severe depression, things like that. Going to combat changes you. And unfortunately, I was one of the individuals that came out of the Marine Corps after going to Iraq, and it changed me a lot. So I dealt with a lot of mental illness, which I'm still dealing with today. Luckily, I was able to turn to music as a form of therapy for all my issues, and that ended up saving my life. And now I'm able to use the music that I'm creating as not only therapy for myself, but also to inspire other people. And I've been given a beautiful platform where I've been able to inspire my fans all around the world. And that's what I'm doing today.
Oh, man. Yeah, I love that. You know how I know you, this is going to be a good show? You're a very humble man because you gave us just a little snippet of who you are, what you've been through. And let's take it back to what kind of upbringing did you have? 2 parents, 1 parent? What state are you from? Stuff like that.
So I had a really interesting upbringing, actually. So I was actually adopted, believe it or not. My story begins when I was born. Literally, I was born basically to a drug addict mother, and I was taken away from her because she was seen as unfit to be a mother. And I was put into foster care for 8 months. I was adopted straight out of foster care by this amazing woman who had already adopted 2 other kids because she couldn't have kids herself. And she gave the 3 of us lives that we probably would have never had without her. And to this day, I'm still grateful for her. I actually just had lunch with my mom yesterday. Yeah. And my childhood was actually really good. I was raised in an area that was really mixed. It was Mexican, Asians, whites, blacks, mixed people like me. I'm half black and half white. My biological dad was black. My biological mother was white, so I'm half and half. I was like upper middle class. I went to a really good high school. At the time, the high school was the most culturally diverse high school in the country. We called it the melting pot because of the fact that it had so many different ethnicities within the high school. So I had friends of all different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different races. So I learned a lot about different types of people, made different friends. In high school, I played drums. I did football for a short amount of time. I swam. I did gospel choir. So that's when my creative side kind of started to come out. And then that's when I joined the Marine Corps. I knew from the time that I was probably, I'd say, a freshman in high school, that I wanted to be a Marine. Earning the title Marine was a goal that I had set for myself at a young age. I was that kid with like the Marine Corps flag hanging from my ceiling. Wow. The Marine Corps, the poster hanging on my wall, all that kind of stuff. I knew. Wow. I knew. So literally 5 days after I graduated from high school, I was on the yellow footprints at MCRD San Diego becoming a Marine.
Wow. Now, when you said you knew that you wanted to be a Marine, like what was it about being a Marine that, really attracted you to just that lifestyle or just going in that direction?
Growing up, I loved challenges. I loved doing things that would push me to my limit. I loved doing things that would force me to kind of like test myself and see what I was capable of. And so I didn't really see college as an option for me. For some reason, college just didn't really appeal to me. But the challenge of becoming a Marine and how every Marine that I had spoken to, including the recruiters, seeing the commercials, every time I talked about the Marine Corps or somebody talked about the Marine Corps, it was always about the challenge.
Correct.
Earning the title Marine. You don't earn anything else when you go to the Army. You don't earn the title soldier. You don't earn the title seaman in the Navy. Blah blah blah. You earn everything you get in the Marine Corps, and I think that earning that I have to earn it, deserve it kind of like mentality is what really attracted me. Plus, I wanted to do something that would make my family proud. Like I said, my mom gave me a life that I had never had, and I wanted to be able to do something that would solidify the last name McKenzie within the world for her, for me, for my family.
Yeah,
oh
definitely.
Man, I love it, dude. Yeah. Now, I was gonna say I knew the commercials had to come in somewhere because the marketing for the Marines and military in general, like it's official, man. It'll convince not anybody, but a lot of people like, oh man, I gotta be a part. So I knew that had to be a part of it. So, but you spoke a lot, you mentioned a lot in there where you were surrounded by people that you aspired to be. You talked about the recruiters, you talked about other Marines that you saw, commercials, things that you watched, and those things kind of shaped your mind and said, wow, this is what I want to be. And I think it's a beautiful thing that you were able to gravitate to that at an early age, because now even while you're in school, you're like, okay, I got to perform in a certain way because I know that I want to earn this title of Marine, and I can't earn this title of Marine by accident, right? It can't be, I'm gonna stumble into the military because I have no other option. No, I have to earn the fact of getting the banner of, or wearing the whatever you guys, the Medal of Honor, whatever it is you guys do, of Marine, right?
Marley, you want to tell him?
I love that.
Yeah, I know, right? All right.
The bandana.
You'll pay later. Yeah. Globe Anchor, baby. Eagle Globe Anchor.
You gotta earn that. You gotta
earn that. Eagle Globe Anchor, man.
You gotta earn
that. No, I love it, dude. I love it.
And you did it. Not only did you say I'm gonna earn the title United States Marine, you picked 03, which, if everybody know that's a designator for infantry. So not just you're gonna be the guy that's and we love our support guy. I'm a support guy. Well, combat service support, right? I'm a motor team mechanic. So we love our support guys, but everything is to support the infantrymen. Right, that's what we got. That's what we're taught. Yep. That's what we're taught. You got the tip of the spear. Da da da. We know it.
Yeah.
So you wanted to, but you didn't want to just say, "Hey, I want to become a United States Marine or earn the title United States Marine. I want to be infantry,
the front line."
What gave you that kind of? I want to do that.
Because I didn't see it any other way. Honestly, when I saw or I imagined a Marine or becoming a Marine in my head, I imagined the Marine on the front lines with the rifle, the gear, shooting at the enemy, all that stuff you see in the firefights in the movies. I wanted to be that. I didn't really, when I pictured Marine in my head, I didn't picture, I'm gonna be a Marine and I'm gonna be stamping paperwork, or I'm gonna be driving a truck, or I'm gonna be, I wanted to be that Marine that was in the commercials up front in the war fighting the enemy with the guns. And so that's an 0311. So that's what I did. That's what I chose.
Correct. So when did you go to Iraq?
So I was in Iraq in 05, from February to September with 1st Battalion, 5th Marines.
Oh man, in Fallujah?
In Ramadi.
Ramadi. Oh, so yeah. I was in Al Taqaddum.
Okay.
04 to 05, you guys replaced. You guys were a replacement for us. Well, yeah. For those guys that were over there, because they left like beginning of March, around there.
Yeah.
So they got a month turnover. Yeah. So I was there. I did all Ramadi, Blue Diamond, Al Asad, Fallujah.
Okay.
I went all over. So definitely, I know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
Nice.
On mobile, right?
Yeah. No, we were on foot every patrol. Our platoon. I don't know if our whole battalion did foot patrols, but I know our platoon did only foot patrols. I only got into a Humvee or a 7-ton like 3 times the whole time I was there. Every other patrol was.
Correct.
Confident.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't know how much you want to talk about that, because you said that it gave you, it changed you when you come back. It definitely does. And how did it affect you personally when you got back?
So when I got back, the first symptoms that I started experiencing were anger issues. I started noticing that I was extremely vigilant of everything around me, and that simple things would trigger me. Like, let me give you an example. So there was a time when it was a weekend and I was walking in a grocery store and a guy bumped into me on accident, just walking past me in the aisle, in like the bread aisle or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Him bumping into my shoulder on accident, like that triggered me. And I went from like 0 to 100 in like that. And I swear all my adrenaline started pumping. I went into fight or flight mode. I wanted to fight him. I immediately saw him as the enemy that I needed to take care of. It was just this immediate reaction of fight that guy. He's trying to hurt you. Take care of him, kill him, whatever. It was just crazy. Like that was the first symptom that I noticed. That along with other symptoms that like slowly revealed themselves over time. But it was the anger issues, hyper awareness. I became an adrenaline addict, which I didn't realize until later when I started seeking therapy. A therapist actually revealed that to me because I was doing things that I didn't know why. And she was like, "You're doing that because you're addicted to the adrenaline." And then severe depression and severe anxiety as well.
I'm gonna tell you. So yeah, a lot of my friends that I lost.
Yeah.
We lost some guys over there, but when they came back, a lot of them bought motorcycles.
I already know where you're going with this.
Yep, adrenaline junkie. They just did a lot of different stuff that it was outside the norm of what they were doing before they left.
Yeah.
And some of their telltale sign, I'm gonna tell you, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I like stuff, and I always have to keep moving. And you're correct that people don't understand when you go over there and you come back. I would hear somebody in the store complaining. I'm like, man, this person needs to shut up. They don't even know what kind of, you just that triggered you, and people are wondering like, what kind of stuff, somebody, if you've been around, of course you've been mortared. Just a little simple thud, just brings you right back to a mortar. I was telling Ricky the other day that when you come back, every time you get up, you're looking for your rifle because you're used to that thing always being on your body.
Yeah.
So for the first 2 weeks you come back, you're just like, every time you get up, you're like, did I leave my rifle? You're just checking your mind.
Yeah.
It's
true.
So,
it's true.
So that stuff is real. And I like what you're talking about right now. I'm glad that you could talk about it because there's a lot of service members, and the service is getting better with it in terms of not calling guys weak when they come out with it no more. That's what I like. Yeah. That's what I love. So a lot of guys are battling with this internally, and I'm happy that you're so outspoken with it and you have the platform that you could say, guys, listen, seek help. These are some of the symptoms that you might not think is something great, just like buying a motorcycle is not something out of the norm or whatever, but that's some of the telltale sign that you might have PTSD. Thanks for what you do in that regards.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Even for me, it wasn't a motorcycle, it was just speeding. Like I got out, and then between 2007 and I want to say 2010, in that 3-year span, I got like 13 speeding tickets.
Wow.
And most of them were like I was doing 90 in a 65.
Wow.
Out here in Cali, most of the freeways are 65 miles an hour speed limit.
Yeah.
I was usually doing 90, 95. One guy caught me at 100. And it was because that was just comfortable for me. I wasn't comfortable doing 65. Like going that slow actually gave me anxiety. And I wasn't comfortable until I was cruising at like 80, 85. And that was normal for me. So then I would just be getting pulled over. And my license got revoked for a little while. Like it was bad. And that's when I was like, okay, I think I might need to get some help.
Man. So, and when you're getting help, and them just identifying things and awareness, making you aware of just, what you're battling, what you're going through. How did you receive it at first, man? Like, what was your response to it?
My therapist was very good at her job. I got super lucky with the person that was my therapist and still is to this day. She's a former Marine. She was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. So she understood the Marine Corps aspect of it, being in the military, because she was a veteran herself. She was a Marine herself. And then she got out of the Marine Corps and she went to school and she dealt with things herself, went to school, got her education in psychology, and then became a therapist. So she had kind of experienced it herself. She's also, like I said, a veteran, so she understood the military part of it. But the way that she did it was, she said, okay, she said, you're like rambling on, because our first couple of sessions, I was just telling her about all this crap I was experiencing. I got anger issues, this happened, that happened. I'm speeding on the freeway, I've gotten so many tickets and blah, 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 blah. She's like, all right, slow down. She's like, give me a list of all of the things that you're experiencing, the things that you're doing, the things that the emotional differences that you're noticing in yourself. Give me that list of all the symptoms that you're experiencing. And then what she did was she took that list and she explained every single thing on that list and why I was doing those things. And she connected those things to my PTSD.
Wow.
And explained it to me almost like a psychology professor would explain it to a student trying to learn about psychology. And she told me about the science behind adrenaline addiction and how it intermixes with the chemicals in the brain. And so that way I would understand why I was doing what I was doing. And that was when it really hit me. That was when the light bulb went off and when things started to change for the better, because I understood why I was doing what I was doing. And then she gave me alternative methods, positive ways to get that same adrenaline in a way that was like, okay, instead of speeding on the freeway, hit the gym. You also release adrenaline when you're jogging, when you're running, when you're singing, when you're performing. Do those positive things instead of these negative things, and you'll get positive results. So she gave me the education, and then she gave me the alternative list of things that I could do to better my life and still manage my symptoms.
I like that, man. And she sounds like a great therapist, because, you know, to be able to identify, taking what you identified and all that whole list, and be able to say, oh, you're doing this because of X, Y, Z, and that's directly related to this. That's good. That's really good, man. I'm really happy to hear that you was able to find someone that can relate to you in a way of going through similar experience of being a part of the military as well. And so when you said music, now you said, oh man, you know, I found that music gave me that same adrenaline. I can resonate with that, because, you know, I remember growing up, man, I'll get super like, whenever I get angry or temper or whatever it may be, or, you know, I'll go to my piano and just play, right? I'm just play, you know, nothing crazy, just play a song, and then over time, it will just, my whole body just like comes back in balance, right? My whole mind comes back in balance. And I realized, like, when I'm away from it too long, is that I don't have that thing to go to as a, I don't know what it is. It's something in it. Just
I know.
It's like a reset almost.
Yeah,
right?
a reset. Yeah, like a reset. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So, you know, as you were realizing that, she said, hey, when you're doing music, you know, were you doing music all along through the military? I know you said you did it before, you singing and playing and all that stuff. Were you continually doing that through the military? And then after, like, what was your level of doing music?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I mentioned earlier, I actually started singing and playing drums in high school. So actually the drum thing started when I was in elementary school in 5th grade. I don't know why to this day, because I'm thinking now as an older person if I had kids, but my mom bought me a snare drum when I was in 5th grade. And now I'm thinking as like, if I don't have kids myself, but I've been in charge of kids. I've been a football coach for kids, and thinking as a parent in a small condo, I would never buy a loud drum. But my mom did it. So my mom bought me a drum when I was in 5th grade, one of those loud snare drums. And that's when music really started for me. So I took that drum and I joined my elementary school after school like program band. And then from there, I went into junior high, played the same thing, played in the junior high band. And then in high school, I was in drumline. I did the marching band in high school.
Yeah.
And then in high school, I also started singing in gospel choir. There was a choir that met after school, and we went around to different churches and different venues and performed. And so that's when the singing kicked in.
Yeah.
And then I kept singing throughout high school, and then even in the Marine Corps, I was one of those Marines that were just like singing in the hallway, walking around, just humming things. And other Marines would hear me and they'd be like, "Bro, you have a really good voice." And I actually was able to end up recording a full album while I was in Okinawa, Japan, because when I got back from Ramadi, we did a pump with the 31st Mute to Okinawa, Japan in
The
2006.
30 worst.
Yeah, exactly. You already know. So on my downtime, I was introduced to another Marine who was stationed in Oki, and he was doing his 2 years there. And he set up a recording studio in his barracks room, and he was a producer, so he was producing beats and mixing and all that stuff. And so I got introduced to him and some other Marines who were rappers. And together, the three of us, or the four of us, the producer, the two other rappers, and myself, put together an entire album. So the music was always there since I was in 5th grade. And I mentioned that to her, the therapist, because she was getting to know a little bit of my background before I joined the Marine Corps too. I mentioned all the music stuff to her. So yeah, she started talking about how I could use music as therapy too. And that's when the music started.
Man. So, just to let you know, Ricky and I didn't take it as far as you did in terms of continuing. But Ricky and I, we did a lot of music together. Ricky played, sing, and write. Me, I sing, write, and we put the harmonies together and all the different stuff. And it's just a different world when you start doing it. You get lost in it. I'm talking about there was nights when Ricky and I would sit down, and we'd be writing a song, and it would be almost morning. We start at night the day before, and it's be morning, and you're so hyped up once you get the full production that you don't feel like sleeping. And I just remember all those different times. Now I know that I see you sing a lot for the national anthem. They're always bringing you out. Tell me, how did that started, and how did people start getting you to know you for that, for just singing the national anthem?
So that actually started years ago, before I got to where I'm at now. Back in 2013, I got signed to an independent record label that was based in Dallas, Texas. And one of the first gigs that they gave me was performing the national anthem at a big boxing match, and also at a hockey match at it's almost equivalent to like their Staples Center out there. And that was my first time ever performing the national anthem, those 2 times during that weekend. And that's when it kind of really started for me, on an, I guess you can say, like an unprofessional level, because that was back before I was known. That was 2013. My name now started in 2017, I want to say, when Gunshots came out. So fast forward from then to, I believe it was 2000, I want to say around 18, was when I started performing the national anthem locally here in like LA and LA County. I started getting booked to perform for like small events here and there, for county events, for city events, for Veterans Day events. My name started getting sent around because of other veterans in the community who knew me and knew that I sang, would give my name to venues or give my name to event coordinators or things like that. And then my big time came with the Rams game, which you guys probably know about. Yeah. And in 2019, I got to sing the national anthem for the Sunday Night Football at a Rams game, for their military appreciation, their salute to service game, which was amazing. And then from there, it just snowballed and it went crazy, because that's when everybody started hearing about me. And now it's, I don't know how many times, I think it's over 100 times I've performed the national anthem in the past 3 years or 4 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I've been blessed,
Yeah. So what keeps you, doing it, in the music? I know it's therapeutic for you, and it gives you that adrenaline rush, but what else like this keeps you like focused on, hey, I gotta stay in this lane, man. I gotta keep delivering, I gotta keep writing, I gotta keep going out there sharing my story through lyrics and my voice?
Honestly, my fans, they're a huge part of why I do what I do right now. So for me, it kind of started in 2000, I think it was 17, when I released Gunshots. For those of you watching who don't know, Gunshots is a song and a music video that I released about being a combat veteran with PTSD who's sensitive to sounds like cars backfiring, balloons popping, mugs dropping on the floor, anything that sounds like gunshots that triggers you and takes you back and gives you a flashback of being in a firefight. I wrote a song about that experience called Gunshots. and I did a music video, and I teamed up with another recording artist, Marine, called the Marine Rapper. And me and him put this great song together. We filmed a music video that got a lot of traction, and the video got a lot of traction. And that video was when I started getting a lot of positive feedback from my supporters, my listeners. I did it for two reasons: because it was going to be therapeutic for me, and because I felt like at that time the civilian community didn't really know a lot about combat PTSD that veterans face. So I wanted to kind of put a song out there, do a music video. I would have been happy if maybe 100, 150 people saw it and learned from it. I think it has over 50,000 views now or something like that. And it's been seen all over the world. It's been put on the news. It's been put on daytime talk television.
Correct.
It's been seen everywhere. And I would have never expected that. And the comments on that video, the positive comments on that video are what started me in this direction, because I started to see the positive influence that my music was doing for the community and for the veteran community, specifically veterans with PTSD. And not even just the veteran in the military space, but a lot of civilians were commenting, because, you know, PTSD is not something that only military face. It's a lot of civilians that face it too, from car accidents, trauma, from rape, from all this different kind of stuff that the whole world experiences. So I started getting a lot of positive feedback, and the more music I put out, the more positive feedback I would get. Like after Gunshots, I released a song called Fight Back, which is a song that's meant to motivate people to fight back against mental illness. And that's just for everybody in general, the general public, the military community. And same thing, I started getting a ton of positive feedback. People were saying, your music inspires me, your music saved my life. I've even gotten to the point now where I have tattoos on my arms of quotes from fans that literally commented saying that my album, which came out in March, saved their lives. And these were two fans who were suicidal veterans who decided to listen to my music and then decided not to commit suicide because of my music, because it inspired them to stay alive. And so my fans are a huge part of why I do what I do now. And that's what keeps me going. In fact, I'm currently working on a new project to put out more music to try to inspire more people.
Man, you know, I love it, dude.
Yeah, you know when you have that thing in you just to serve, it carries out in everything you do. So, you know, becoming a Marine or earning that title Marine is really about serving, right? And yes, at first it's therapeutic, and that adrenaline of when you get on stage probably, you know, was the positive thing that your therapist was saying, hey, use that adrenaline that you get when you first go on stage, instead of speeding. And eventually, like you said, you just been happy if you got 150. But when you see that outpour of, hey, this is positive right here, and when somebody says to you, this saved my life, there's no way you can stop.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely not. That's why I got these. Like, I kid you not, these two people. This was, I think it was like a Tuesday. This person sent me a message on Facebook, and then I think it was like Thursday, 2 days later, I got this comment on YouTube. And I think on Friday, I kid you not, I think it was the next day, I went and I got these tatted on my arms, because I had like that moment. I was like, this is my motivation. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I keep pushing. So I want to get this tatted on me so it's there forever, not only as a reminder for myself, but also now I get to spread the word, because people ask me, oh, what does your tattoo say? And I get to tell my story about how I inspire people and how my music is saving lives. And so that is kind of spreading the seed in a way.
Yeah. I think you have on that shirt, R&B Vet. Is that your product?
Yeah, so this is my brand. So I have a website. It's elliottmckenzie.com. And then on my website, my fans and my supporters can actually purchase merchandise. They can purchase a whole bunch of different stuff. It's clothing, hats, all this kind of stuff. I have a store on my website where they can purchase clothes just like this. But yeah, hashtag R&B Vet is my brand, because if you combine R&B singer with veteran, you get R&B Vet. Because my main genre of music is R&B. So the songs that I release outside of the inspirational songs are traditional R&B songs about relationships, lovemaking, sex, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm an R&B singer, but I'm also a veteran. So I wanted to combine the two. So hashtag R&B Vet, that's my brand. And my fans can actually buy this shirt from my store that's on my website. They can buy an autographed CD, a hard copy CD album of my album that I released in March called Therapy Session, because music is like a therapy session for me. So yeah, this is my brand. I have 2 other shirts as well. One that just says R&B in big white letters, because again, I'm an R&B. That's my R&B is where my passion is when it comes to music. And then my other brand, or my other logo, my other clothing brand that they can purchase is a logo that says "Let's Go," because anybody who's been following me for a little while knows my slogan is R&B vet, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go get it. Like, let's get up. Let's get out of the house. Let's go get it. Let's do something positive today. Let's go. So I have shirts that actually say "Let's go" on them in red, white, and blue for America, and they can purchase that too. So I have a whole store on my website where they can buy this merchandise.
Man, yo, I'm telling you, your story is so great, bro. And I love what you're doing, because you're not only doing it for yourself, because, you know, we have to admit that when it comes to your mental health, you need to take care, just like an airplane, you got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. And in the path of helping out yourself, you found that, hey, this is what I could do to help out others. I love it. And I love the fact that I listened to the song, you're true to R&B. And you know what I mean, because of what's happening right now with music. Music is at a phase that it's not, you have somebody that's singing that if they don't have 100 reverb or auto-tune, they can't go sing the
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
So where's my reverb at, guy?
I totally understand what you're saying, and it's funny because I have friends who are in R&B in the music industry, and it's a battle right now. But unfortunately, it's a business, and the business side of it says you got to keep doing what sells. Yeah. And what's selling is those singers who can't really sing, who use a ton of auto-tune, who are like battle rapping, and that's what's selling. That's what all the 16 and 18-year-old kids want to buy. So that's unfortunately what's being put out. But I stay true, like you said, I stay true to my kind of R&B, and I always will, which is like that old school ballad, passionate singers who can actually sing, don't need auto-tune live.
Correct.
When you hear me sing live, if you ever come to a concert of mine, people have been like, I didn't think that was you. I thought that was like the radio, because I can actually sing. I'm like an actual singer.
Yeah. I'm
a singer, as they say.
I do this.
So I've literally had people come up to me and say, like, I thought that was like auto-tune on the stage. And I was like, no, that's just me. You know? Correct. And so, I stay true to old school type of R&B, that passionate R&B, because that's what I grew up listening to. That's what I was inspired by, like Boyz II Men, Tank, Usher, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I put out, along with the inspirational music. And that's what my album Therapy Session is. It's a mix of those inspirational songs like Gunshots and Fight Back, along with songs like Visual, which is a song about the visual that a man gets when he's making love to his woman, you know, things like that. So all my albums are always going to be a mix of the inspirational songs, with me staying true to R&B as well.
Love it. Man. So you said they can go to your website. Just repeat it again, your website, where they can get all your products, songs. I know they had probably released on different platforms as well.
Yeah, my website is like a one-stop shop. You can get everything on there. It's elliottmckenzie.com. So www.elliott, so 2 L's and 2 T's. Make sure you put both. And then McKenzie is McKenzie.com. It's just my name. And then on there, like I said, it's everything from, because I also do other things as well. So it's my music you can find on there, my store, you can purchase the merchandise. You can also purchase an autographed copy of my album Therapy Session. I have a section on there for my photography company, because I'm also a photographer and I'm also an actor. So I have sections for my photography and my acting on there. And then I have a section for my business, which is actually this studio here. This is actually a recording studio. This is where I recorded my album. And then I also have local recording artists who live here in my area who want vocals recorded. They can pay me to have studio time. So my productions and my studio is called Take Notes Productions. So I have that section on there. I have videos on there. It's all there. So, and then at the very bottom of the website on every page, there's the links to like my social media, like my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. So, but again, also quickest way, honestly, you can literally Google me. I'm lucky enough to say that people can literally Google me now. I was contacted by Google a while back, and I was actually given a Google panel because I'm a public figure now. And so people can literally just Google Elliott McKenzie, just put the 2 L's and the 2 T's in Elliott, and all of that stuff will pop up by Instagram. My website will pop up. Photos of me will pop up. They'll have an entire panel that talks about me. So that's kind of cool.
Love it, man.
Hey, the perks.
Right?
Love it.
Yeah. I can literally get a shirt that says Google me.
There you go.
That's not me though. I'm way too quiet and humble for that.
Yeah, I noticed that. I know.
Yeah.
Were you on a talk? What did Fred Hammond? No, I don't know.
It was hold
Fred
on,
Hammond. You're on a show with Fred Hammond, right?
I think it was I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm having a brain fart. Let me check my Instagram because it's on there a while back. But yeah, I was on a daytime talk show years back. Not years, but like a few years ago. Hold on a second. But they surprised me. They had Fat Joe come out and surprise me.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
Fat Joe. Yeah.
But I think Fred Hammond was one of the hosts or something, right?
Yes, or something like that. It was real crazy. I was watching. I was like, yo, that's a crazy mix on the stage. So I think I remember the Fat Joe coming out and he was like, yo, this guy's doing the real thing, and Fat Joe. And then Fred Hammond was on the thing, and they were commending you for what you did. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I don't know where I put it, but it's on here. But yeah, I've been on a ton of shows. I've been on every news station here in Southern California, other than a couple. I've been on that show. I've been interviewed luckily by you guys now. But yeah, my face is all over the media now.
Yeah. Love it, brother. Love it, brother.
Man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Actually, hold on. I can just pull up the website because that's on my website too. So if people want to go on my website and see where I've been featured, there's a section in my website called In the Media. At the very top, they can click In the Media, and then they can scroll down and they can see all the different press releases and all the shows I've been on. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I can't find it, but
it's all good.
We're good.
Our audience is gonna try to find that. Our travelers are gonna be like, "Yo, we gotta find this." So,
right? Yeah. I'll leave it up to them.
Yep. Go do your Googles.
Right. Go do your research.
Yeah, dude. No, I love it, man. I was gonna pull your site up for you and just share the screen, but yeah, everyone, go to ElliottMcKenzie.com. If I can just get back to my screen here. Let's go, boom. Yeah, everyone, just go up to ElliottMcKenzie.com, and man, I mean, everything's here. Like he said, go up to the top tier, take notes, store, event, in the media, home, singer-writer, live performance, actor. I mean, everything's here. The photo gallery, the story. Go support.
I found it.
Download his music. Man, we want to spread this type of music. Like Marlon and I, all the guys that you mentioned that you follow, that was our list, man.
Yeah.
Adding Brian Manette to that.
Brian Tank album, Brian Manette.
All those guys. Yeah. That was the era, man.
I still bump all that music.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even the Drew Hill, the whole
Yes.
all that stuff, man. That was the music, man.
The show was The Raw Word. That's what it was.
Okay, The Raw Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Raw Word.
So if you want to see Fat Joe, Fred Hammond bigging up Elliott, man, go check out The Raw Word. Yeah, definitely. Hey, this is cool, and I love it. I feel I got chills even sometimes just listen to what you're talking about. So I'm rooting for you. I know it's not like I'm special. Your career is already on that upward trajectory, and just stay true to yourself, brother, and do what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And don't forget us little people when you.
See, nah, I don't. That's the thing is I don't even look at it like that. I've never ever looked at myself like anything special. I've always looked at myself as like a person who was given the ability to do something, and I'm just using that something to help myself along with helping other people. I'm not special. I look at myself as a regular person. I'm too humble to like I'll bring you on stage with me. You're like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll do a verse for you, man. I'll do a verse. I'll do a line
to look at myself in that way. Right? Hand the mic over.
Yeah, right. Now freeze up.
And that's something that I'm proud of too, is the fact that I am that way. A lot of my fans that have come to my shows and talked to me, a lot of them say that. They're like, you're so down to earth, you're so humble. It's like, yeah, I can just come up to you and talk to you like you're my friend. And I'm like, well, yeah, like, what did you expect? For me to like push you away like I'm some kind of ego to? No, I'm not. No. So thank you for noticing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
for sure, man. But yeah, listen, travelers, man, I mean, this has been a great episode, man. Elliott, you came in and just sharing your story. And what I love and I want the travelers to take away is that through his experience, through his lowest time, he was able to convert that and impact lives all across the world through his music, through his passion, something that he started to embrace with a snare drum, you know, that his mother brought him when he was young. And now he's taking that snare drum and he's putting music into the ears of people all over. And not just any type of music, but music that's going to uplift, music that's going to inspire, music that's relevant to today and to everyday situations, music that brings that R&B sound back to your speakers, you know, and that's original and unique. So Elliott, we appreciate you for just coming on and spending a few minutes with us today. Please, you know, stay in touch with us as we will with you. And travelers, don't forget to go to elliottmckenzie.com, check out all of his content there. And also, if you want to follow up, have a comment form, go ahead and leave it on any one of his platforms. But if you leave it on our podcast here, we'll make sure we forward it to him so that he also has it as well. So go to our website, thesuccessjourneyshow.com, where you can check out all of our t-shirts and bags that you see there. Marlon has Dream Drive Discipline
Digital.
Yep. Thanks for responding to our survey on our thermoses. We got our journey wear coming to you. So like we're trying to, like I said, we're building this platform for you. So leave a review, leave a comment, share with us the things that you want to see, people that you want to hear from as you're embarking on your journey. But until next time, everyone be blessed, and we'll see you at the same time, same place next week on the Success Journey Show. All right, everyone, have a good one. Peace.
One love, one love, one love.
You've been listening to the Success Journey Show, where your dreams, drive, determination, and diligence are the foundation to success. For more information, check out thesuccessjourneyshow.com. The Journey Squad is here helping you to your destination.